You knew their faces, but would you recognize them now? Once the stars of our childhoods, these former child actors have undergone jaw-dropping transformations. From spiritual awakenings to total disappearances, their glow-ups are anything but ordinary. Here are the famous child stars you thought you knew, until now. Let's start with Ross Bagley, the kid who stole your heart as Little Nicky from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. If you're thinking, wait, wasn't he the curly-haired one in those oversized suits? Yep, but not anymore. These days, Ross is rocking a much more grown-up look. A real estate agent, no less, with a beard that says he has got it together. Hollywood didn't push him out. He just outgrew it. After earning a business degree, he carved out a life that's about privacy, not paparazzi. No flashing cameras, just a quiet success story. Who would have guessed the kid from Bel-Air would be out here selling dream homes instead of chasing them? What about Jake Lloyd, man? Now there's a tough one. You remember him as Anakin Skywalker in The Phantom Menace, right? Poor kid was barely out of elementary school before the critics came for him. What should have been a star-making role turned into a nightmare of media attacks, bullying, and just plain hate. Fast forward, and Jake's life took a much quieter, much tougher path. He was diagnosed with schizophrenia in his adult years. He's no longer in the public eye, but his journey remains powerful in its own quiet way. It's not about fame, it's about survival. Honestly, that's the real transformation here. Fighting through what life threw at him and coming out stronger. Now here's a plot twist. Angus T. Jones. Remember him? The kid from 2.5 Men who earned a fortune but walked away from it all? Yeah, he didn't just fade into obscurity. He stepped away. It wasn't some dramatic meltdown, it was a conscious choice. At the height of his career, he turned his back on Hollywood. Today, he's focused on faith and living a quieter life. Gone are the days of TV scripts and celebrity drama. He's now living with purpose. No reality shows, no reboots, just a guy who decided to walk away at his peak. Kind of rebellious, right? That's a glow-up we can all get behind. Then there's Jaleel White, the guy who defined silly with his role as Urkel on Family Matters. You know the drill. Those suspenders, the high-pitched voice, and all the catchphrases. But what happens when you get typecast as one of TV's most iconic nerds? You fight back. Jaleel reinvented himself, took the joke, and turned it into something much bigger. Now, he's leading conversations on his own podcast, showing off a much sharper, more confident side. You might still catch a reference to Urkel here and there, but on his own terms. That's the glow-up that's not just about muscle or style, it's about a whole new narrative. After years of playing a nerd, Jaleel's finally the cool, sharp dresser. Then there's Jonathan Lipnicki. Yep, the kid from Jerry Maguire who gave us all the feels. You might remember him as the spiky-haired cutie, but look at him now. Talk about a complete turnaround. He's shredded, thanks to years of training in MMA. But it's not just about the body, it's about the mental shift. Hollywood? Yeah, he's not chasing that anymore. Instead, he's living a life built on discipline, grit, and, dare I say, a bit of a knockout punch. Who would have thought the little guy who wanted to play with heads would turn into someone who could probably knock you out cold? Remember Moises Arias? You may know him as the cheeky Rico from Hannah Montana. Well, let's just say he's evolved. Not a lot of people know this, but he's deep into the indie film scene now. Think tattoos, raw roles, and a vibe that's nothing like his Disney days. Gone are the one-liners, and in their place, heavy, complex characters. It's a transformation you might not even notice if you blink. But trust me, Moises is a completely different guy. This wasn't a makeover, it was a metamorphosis. And it's so much more than a simple rebrand. Then there's Alexa Penavega. She was Carmen Cortez in Spy Kids, remember? While we all watched her kick butt, she was busy living a life far from the Hollywood grind. Now she's a mom and a wife, juggling it all with grace. No more stunts or secret agent missions. She's embracing motherhood and faith over fame. You might say she's softened a little, but in the best way possible. The real action happens off screen now, in the quiet moments. Her transformation is a quiet one that's as powerful as any action sequence, proving that true strength lies in authenticity. Meanwhile, Kelly Shanini Williams chose transformation through impact, not image. Forever remembered as Laura Winslow on Family Matters, she didn't just grow up, she grew beyond. She's been focused on giving back, helping communities, and making an actual impact. No loud returns to TV or viral moments. Instead, she's quietly leading by example, showing that true growth comes from helping others, not chasing the spotlight. If you saw her today, you might not recognize her, but her legacy is still strong. Her glow-up is a reminder that real change isn't always flashy. Josh Peck, now there's a glow-up you can see and feel. You probably remember him from Drake and Josh, with that goofy grin and goofy charm. But these days, the guy's a father, a content creator, and someone who's taken full control of his narrative. Sure, the weight loss was dramatic, but the real change came emotionally. He's now built a brand on self-growth, healing, and gratitude. His glow-up isn't just physical, it's about shedding old skin, both literally and figuratively. From goofy teen to grounded family man, his transformation feels real, relatable, and relatable. Let's talk about Abigail Breslin for a second. She was the sweet little girl in Little Miss Sunshine, and while she's grown up into a totally different person, she's still got that same spark. She's not making some big return or trying to grab the spotlight again. Nope. Instead, she's quietly been building her career with confidence. Her style is bolder, her roles are edgier, and she's finally owning who she is. It's not the loudest glow-up, but it's the kind that sticks with you. No reboots or sequels, just a woman carving her own path with grace and self-assurance. For Malcolm David Kelly, the kid from Lost, it was music that became his new spotlight. As half of the pop-rap duo MKTO, he traded cliffhangers for catchy choruses and never looked back. His sound evolved, and so did his look. He is sleeker, cooler, and more grown-up. He's a whole new kind of star, one that doesn't just rely on what happened on screen. And that's pretty cool. He's still got that youthful energy, but now he channels it into something totally fresh and all his own. Mara Wilson is another one who didn't need a dramatic makeover to change. We all knew her as the adorable Matilda, right? But these days, she's telling her story as a writer, essayist, and advocate. She ditched the fame game and started crafting real stories, real narratives that are personal and deeply human. You won't see her on the red carpet, but you'll find her telling it like it is in ways that matter far more than any role ever did. Her transformation was quiet, grounded, and above all, meaningful. Her words now carry weight in a way no child star ever could. And finally, Liesl Matthews, remember her from A Little Princess? She's the one who disappeared so completely, it felt like she was never there. But she wasn't hiding. She was building a new life in philanthropy. She's quietly changed the world. And though you won't find her posting selfies, her impact is undeniable. Some glow-ups don't need a hashtag or a highlight reel. Sometimes the real transformation happens off the grid, beyond what's visible. She's left her mark without ever needing to make a spectacle of it. Proof that some things are worth far more than public recognition. These former child stars have shattered their past personas, undergoing jaw-dropping transformations that leave us stunned. Let us know who you didn't recognize in the comments.